Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong. Welcome to the back office. I'm playing some Atari ST games. Specifically today, Lemmings. Now, you must have played Lemmings. That was a stalwart of the old school gaming genre, and it was really great. It was just like one of those games that when it came out, it was on all these platforms and everybody was playing Lemmings. And if you haven't played Lemmings, which is possible, I know you youngsters, some of you born in the 90s now, however that bloody worked, well, don't even any idea on what Lemmings is. So let's have a go right now. You can hear the disc churning away. I've got my little Space Invaders joystick I've made, but I'm not going to be needing that because Lemmings, of course, is a mouse game. And if you're going to try to play it, I think you could try playing at the joystick. You're going to get in a lot of trouble with that. And you know, I'm just trying to think other games at the time that were really good. Worms, and I can't even remember if Worms was on the Atari ST or not. Right, Lemmings, one player, new level, blah 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 blah. Now I'm just looking at this music notation thing here. Just wondering, is it one of those games where you can have music or sound effects, and will the music get on your nerves? We won't know till we find out. The level's about to start. So what happens is you've got a bunch of these little guys. At the bottom of the screen you've got a number of abilities. So for example, the only ability I've got here, I've got the option of having 10 diggers. So I'm just going to click. You see the guys digging, 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 and this plus and minus controls how many lemmings enter into the level. You see the top left corner here, there's a level gate where they sort of enter, and then they're trying to escape out this sort of burning dungeon flamey thing. The other buttons we have here, this one here, pause of course, and next to pause is self-destruct. I'm not going to click that just yet because we are going to need that on the next levels. You've got a nice little level map here, so clearly levels were only one screen high, but as long as the game developer needed. Although I kind of think that I remember the levels being a bit taller, so perhaps that will zoom in and out as necessary. Only floaters can survive this. So floaters are ones with little umbrellas. There we go, so you've got 10 of those. And you can set the abilities quite early on, so you can see it click, click. I don't have to worry about them really. Sometimes I just speed it right up because you can't really overdo it. You can just sit there sometimes. See, I'm just clicking, click, 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 click. This as they go past. The ability is imbued upon them, and then they sort of just float down to their brollies. Done. Getting the drift? So let me see what these ones. I think this might be climber, floater, superb. Let's have a look again at the tailor-made for blockers. See, it just keeps you busy now. I'm just sort of waiting. Come on. So from left to right, it looks like climbers, floaters, exploders, blockers, builders, bashers. Bashers sort of dig horizontally. These other ones sort of dig diagonally, and the other third one digs down. So there's lots of digging styles here. Blockers are a little bit about bouncers. Right, I think we're pretty much done now, so I'll just speed this all up. So at the bottom of the screen also you can see there's a status that says out. That's how many lemmings are, exist on the screen at the moment. And then in there's a percentage, and each level normally there's a certain percentage you've got to save, like you've got to save 80% or 10% or whatever. The game always considers how many, what your attrition rate will be, because if you use blockers as you see here, you've got to explode them, you've got to blow them up. There's no way you can complete the level, because once they're a blocker they cannot be something else. So that's why you've got this nuclear button which just sort of detonates them all, and you'll see what happens now. Obviously the quicker the time the better. So you have to double click that one, and then you see the countdown above their heads, and then there's a no, and we're done. So you needed 10%, you rescued 90%. And that's it really, just go on and on and on and on and on playing Lemmings. Right, so we've got some sort of digging thing here. So we've got some diggers, the ones which do the diagonal digging, and we've got some climbers. So what we're going to do is probably dig a hole and then turn everybody into climbers as they approach this wall. Yep, there we go. I'm going to get them in the pipe. Here we go. What's the last one? Let's see what this guy does. He's probably going to climb up and then fall off. Ah. So technically we've got enough lemmings through now, so we could just explode him, but you know, why don't we just let him get up there? And I said technically we've got enough, that's only because I didn't look at it. I'm just assuming it'll be like 90, it could be 100% required. Oh no, you needed 100. I'm glad I didn't. It says, can you do it again? Can you get 100%? So a lot of levels you can, but not all of them clearly, because you've got to use your blockers. Right, so this one we're just going to storm through some of these walls and walls and walls. And I'll show you there's one little bit on this which is a bit annoying. If you need to, by the way, you can sort of click more than one basher to bash. Just to show you that. You see how they got turned away? Bashing is an ability that doesn't stay with them. So bashing is like a task. So they have to hit the wall and you tell them to bash it. But then when they walk away, they just become a normal again, which is kind of annoying. So they're not a basher forever. So be careful. Don't waste them. So the reason this level's got so many bashes is you've got to sort of bash your way through this horrible grid. And do you see what's happened? The only way to do that is to just keep clicking as fast and hard as you can, because so they bash through one tiny little bit basically. They bash through one tiny little bit and then you've got to click them again. So this level's almost making you learn that mechanic of the basher, which is what all good games do, I suppose. So you can see the density now has increased. I've told them to sort of just get up to 99. 99, speed 99. Kind of wish there was a way of speeding this up now. There you go, I found a cheat. Because I'm actually in an emulator, I can just tell the whole system to go faster, so maybe we can just apply that if we have any more areas that we'd like to just run through quickly. Oh right, awesome. So now you can see here we've got various objects in play, such as this fireball. It's puffed out. If you hit things like that, you will die. So now the levels themselves actually have things that will actively kill you. This is a nice one because you've got to time it. I've got to blow up that little wall. I'm going to click in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and not quite. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Yes! Oh no, not quite. So I'm dead. I've used up all of my bombers, so now I've got to just destroy them all so I can start again. So that was quite a critical level, really. And there you go. They explode in a shower of pixels. I hope for your sake that you nuke that level. Yeah. For my lemmings' sake, really. Put them out of their misery. I've just discovered the fatal flaw here. I'm such an idiot. Can you see what it is? It's really obvious now. The reason they want you to have a blocker is because you can just stop him. I want you to stop. Do you remember? Blockers, you can only really get rid of them by blowing them up. Booyah! We're done. So let's try my little speed hack on the emulator. Woohoo! Does that spoil some of the satisfaction for me, not watching that? Might be nice to have that speed boost on a button. I'll show you why on some of these levels where you've got to use builders. God, these tunes are really flooding back to me. Now if you listen carefully, you'll hear when he starts running out of these. And then you've got to re-click again. There we go. So you hear a tick, tick, tick. You've got three plinks, and then he'll convert back from a stacker or builder into a normal one. There he goes. Shrugs his shoulders and off he goes. Right, now if you're really quick, you don't want any of them falling in the hole. Just keep clicking. There we go. We've got 15 builders. We don't even have to worry anymore. We're done. The level is done. I'm not even going to boost up the drop rate now from these because we've got... There we go. That's like our cheat, isn't it? Although I suppose because if you don't increase the drop rate and the density of your lemmings, the game itself, when you do the turbo boost in the emulator, the game won't actually consider that on your timing. So you could be missing out there. Right, so I've been given all of my lemmings now, all the lemmings, all the time. I'm going to use the blocker, and while the blocker's doing his blocking, I'm just going to check here. Oh, hang on, am I missing something? Is that all it was? I just didn't pay any attention really. I assumed the exit was somewhere over here, so but it's not, it's just over here. So let's turbo boost over. We don't need any of you guys. Oh, okay, so I still did alright. You needed a quite high number there. 90%, 100 lemmings. Do you remember what I was saying about things that will try to destroy you? I can see there we go. So this one started at a density of 99, so they're all dropping out. They're done, I think. Boom. Smile if you love lemmings, level 10. Ah! By the way, if you're using the umbrellas to make floaters, you can do that quite quickly. When I say quickly, I mean you can do it right the last second. It applies quickly. No, that's not working. That didn't work. Right, I think you get the idea. Thank you for watching me play Lemmings. If you've got any comments, please leave them down below because I'm sure a lot of you had this on your Atari ST or Amiga or even PC back in the day. Please feel free to subscribe, and as ever, thanks for watching.